All right. Hello, everybody. Today we're back to the normal because it's a new week, and we're gonna be going back into Trackmania weekly shorts. At least since they just came out today for this new week. I will wait a couple seconds just in case some people are still stuck in ads, but I think for the most part we should be pretty much good to go. Ads are supposed to be done now, but alright, so first things first, I did not go live with any weekly shorts last week, but I did play, which gave me some apparently decent times with 2400 or so in the world. That's actually not bad. Alright, let's go have a look at what my times were and what the records are. So, let's see what I did on this one. I suspect that there wasn't much on this one that people could do. I was able to get a decent-ish line, and I think I'm a little off on most of it. Especially the end line, I believe, is one of my weak points, and I suspect that the lineup going up to the final turn is very, very important. Yeah, I was trying to do a little bit more what Warsaw is doing here. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Okay, I wasn't doing that far on the inside there. And I think that going on the inside was part of what I was missing. That way I could get a better angle for the last turn. So for the most part, this is kind of roughly what I was hoping to do. And that's the line that I was seeing. Oh, you drifted a bit at the beginning there. Okay, there's a few details that I wasn't really seeing. But for the most part, I was on the right track. Maybe with a bit more grinding, I could have done a better time. Alright, so this one I feel like I had a pretty okay understanding of. The beginning part is definitely my weak points on that one, I'm pretty sure. This, I think I'm doing okay. I think you can go better on that jump, and okay, that end line that I had is actually not bad. I think you're supposed to go a little bit more on the inside. Alright, let's go see what Osile's doing. Okay, roughly what I was trying to do, so I did understand it properly. Closer to the inside. A lot lower. And closer to the inside. So I had the right lines, just not executed perfectly. Alright, good to know. For now, I'm gonna stick with my current knowledge of that map. I think that was pretty much fine. What the fuck did they do? So this is one that I was actually looking a lot at, and I saw a couple different things here. There was a line that you could possibly do going through, if I can land it properly, doing something like this, going like that, and then kind of going up here, if I could do it properly. I forgot what the line was. I think I was also toying with going over... wait, what was it? Oh yeah, I was toying with a different line coming from this direction. Doing that. And then going this way. Like that. Taking that. And then kind of really quickly doing something like this. I think that was one of my early lines. I think that in the end I went with the line that I have my best time on, which I think isn't a terrible one. And I have a feeling that I have something that I was trying to do that might have been way faster than what I was doing. So before I see the... Oops, I wanted to do my own run. Back to race. So there was another thing that I was looking into doing that I didn't manage to do. I tried it for a while, But simply enough, like doing something like this, going this way, and essentially like slowing down massively and trying to turn and at the same time hitting like that booster at the bottom and somehow rapidly coming this way. I saw a thing about that. I think it would have been a 15-second run, but these guys have a 13 and I'm kind of curious to know what they're doing. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Okay. Okay. So that's nuts. That is pretty crazy. And I'm assuming they all do this. Okay. So I didn't see that. Obviously, I didn't see that. It felt to me like that beginning booster was almost unusable, but I guess these guys found a way to reliably use it. Okay. Good to know for next time. Alright. Oh, I remember this one. What the fuck did they do to get a 17? So, on that one, I feel like I was doing pretty good. Hi, Weebo. Yeah, so my run was actually not terrible. Like, I'm at full speed the entire way. And this is a fairly good jump with low height. What the hell did they do? Because even 4th place is more than half a second behind. So now I kind of want to know what the hell they're doing that I'm not. I obviously better lines at the start, but that's something that I'm expecting. Oh my god, they're nose bugging. That's what they're doing. They're doing nose bugs. There's a perfect nose bug setup. So this guy's gonna have a crazy nose bug, really low jump across the gap. And he's never doing the wall riding at the very end. Wow, the other guy had an even crazier nose bug. Okay. Okay, so that's something I'm not expecting to do. Not at my level. So I'm not angry about that. That's beyond my skills right now. Okay, so this one, I think that I did a good job on this one, and judging from my difference with the record, I must have done something right, because I was actually pretty quick. Yeah, okay. And this one was a fairly early landing, but I have a feeling that there's a better landing that you can get. Okay, let's go watch world record, see what they're doing. They're ahead of me even on the first drop. And they keep on gaining, keep on gaining. I surprisingly gained back at the last jump a little bit, but not a ton. That's kind of interesting because the beginning, for some reason, I don't know, I guess I must have been doing something wrong at the beginning? Like, what the hell was I doing wrong at the beginning? I'm literally holding the gas from the beginning. What? How are they faster than me there? Is it earlier air brake? I don't get what they're doing to be faster. Like, I'm holding gas here. Okay, this makes no sense to me. I would need to get an explanation for this. I have no clue what they were doing. I really don't know anything about what they were trying to do. Is there something... Oh, wait. I have a small idea. I would like to see the top 5 while I do this. See if doing something like that, because I don't know if they're somehow steering or something. What? Okay, no, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Extremely weird for me. Okay. I am healed. Alright, let's start a new week. Let's go have a look at all of this. I have a feeling that I'm gonna want to spend some time after stream checking some of the stuff that people were doing last week. Trying to understand it better. I think I'm getting to the point where I would want to understand some of the details a little bit more, because I think I'm actually getting fast in a lot of maps, and getting a couple more tricks might even allow me to be faster. I don't know how reliable I can be with doing some of those tricks, but learning them would probably be good. Alright. Ooh, that's not great. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna have the... Okay, yeah. That's gonna make it. Okay, is that author? Yes! First try author. Well, I say first try. First completion author. Yeah, bad landing again. And that little drive on the snow isn't gonna help. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's not go for the 3. Okay, that's actually not bad. Okay, decent time now. Maybe check for a small improvement still. Yeah, okay. I think this is roughly what you want, but done better, obviously. Because you do want to... Like, all of those little bumps, you really don't want to be jumping off of them. You truly want to drive down them, just like that. Do this, do that. Okay, so that's already not bad. Sub 17 is definitely happening. I'm gonna move on to the next for now. Alright, let's go have a look at this. Okay, don't know why I hit the wall there, but that definitely won't help me get to that jump. Okay. That's some grass. So the grass turns are good to help me get the angle I need. Okay, so half a second more for author. I mean, getting a better jump is gonna help on that quite a bit. I think you can jump straight into the grass if you have enough speed for it. So let's try... Oh. I'm also trying to go as far to the left as I can, because I felt like it might help to reduce height on that. Interesting. Maybe I'm trying to go too far left and I need to be a little less. Yeah, okay. Maintain more speed. Not bad. Okay, no, that one wasn't better. Okay, so this one I'm gonna move on for now. I feel like it's gonna be some very small details on that map. Okay, that's the pathfinding one, I assume. Where do I need to go? There's a checkpoint to the left there. Okay. So there's a few checkpoints. There's 3 of them. Let's have a look. So what? Do you go and do this? Wait, what? Is the checkpoint here? Okay, let's go into free cam and let's have a look. Where are my checkpoints? I have one right left of the start, one there. Oh, the ending is in the middle. Okay. So what's my best path? Do I want to go to the right or to the left? Or do I want to go straight? There's no way I want to go straight, right? Huh. That's really interesting. I'm gonna try a couple of lines. I suspect that going for this isn't gonna be good, but might as well look into every possibility. And that's my ending. So that's enough for silver. But it's kind of an awkward... And, well, there's a few awkward spots with that line. Okay, I'm gonna want to look into whether or not going to the right first is the way to go. That's slow. Interesting. So I'm trying to figure out what I think is the better way to get these checkpoints. I mean, that's enough for gold. I'm still a second off of author. So my question now is, do I want to go to the right, get what was before my last checkpoint, and make it my second one instead? Okay, it's gonna be slow, but kind of want to know if this... Whoa! Oh, I missed the last one. Okay, that's why I was like, why am I here so fast? Yeah, that makes more sense. I forgot to the last one. Okay, so now I get here really fast. And I need to get that checkpoint and straight up go to the end checkpoint. The thing that's weird for me is I don't know what the fastest way to go around is, because there's a chance that what you want is to turn at the start really immediately doing something. Oh my god, I can't. I'm not able to do what I want all that well. Because there's a way to turn around here really sharp and maybe you can be better position. It doesn't seem that it does all that much though. Let's go back to the idea of going to this way. Okay, I would like to at least have one opportunity to finish it without crashing. See if I feel like it's fast or not. Okay, that's a decent start. Okay, I'm trying to carry a lot of speed because obviously if I'm slow going around from one spot to the other, I'm not gonna know if my idea is fast. So I'm half a second slow here compared to what I've been able to get sometimes. I mean, it seems comparable. I have a feeling that there's a chance that people are gonna find a cheesy way to eliminate one of the checkpoints on this. I still don't understand how they were how they were starting with one checkpoints in the other map a few weeks ago. Like a couple months ago, in fact, at this point. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Seems to me that going straight is technically faster than turning at the start. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just getting there a little earlier, but I have a somewhat worse angle for the turn after. Although I can... If I don't hit anything, I might be able to get there pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, I have less speed, but... Yeah, I had a second ahead there. If I had done the turn properly, I would have gotten auto time. Okay, I think I need to be a little bit wider. There was... My god, this is not easy. Pathfinding maps are still a weak point for me, I think. I like them because I like to figure out the path, but I'm still struggling to find a good path because I'm not consistent. Which, that lack of consistency often means that I end up slow on lines that other people are finding to be fast. Okay, well that's better. It's not good yet. Okay, so that's Otter. People are finding that map hard too because I'm already pretty fast. Hi, Mio. That's plastic, I think. So I can kind of bump onto the left side and it's not actually that big of a deal. That's interesting. I mean, I don't think I want to bump on it, but maybe it's helpful. Maybe it gets me down to the ground faster. That's a hard call to make. I think I'm losing control quite a bit more by bumping the plastic. Although, I think my idea of going really wide there is good because it gives me a much better chance going up the hill. But I'm thinking maybe I want to slow down even more to get that line with less airtime, just like that. And doing that. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad for now. I think I'm gonna stick to that for the moment. Okay, so this is map 4, and we're starting with sausage blocks. That's definitely not a good start for me. So apparently that's the slow path. Oh my god, there's another red path right there. I'm assuming it's gonna have me jump. Okay. Well, I'm definitely making it, but it's not even a goal time yet, so gotta go faster on that. Okay. Taking the fast time there. Take that green one here, but... Oh, okay. Gonna need to aim that properly. I don't know how you would go to the left of that spot. Is there something that I'm missing there? I'm assuming I'm not seeing something. Maybe doing something like this? I mean, is there even anything there? There might be nothing there. I didn't see a red arrow. So I'm assuming that this is just carry the speed on this one. Okay. Let's try and go for that. Carried a ton of speed on that one. I think you might even be able to skip that entire thing if you have the right amount of speed. What is it? Is it the... Yeah, it's an engine off. I think you can skip the engine off, but you need a lot of speed to be able to do it. I mean, I might have the speed there. I didn't skip it, but I was pretty fast. Okay. I'm assuming that World Record's gonna find a way to skip it. I'm just realizing I keep going to the right, but I don't know if you want to. You do want to go to the left a little bit more, just as a line set up for this. Now I need the speed drift the entire way around there. I can't not have it. I'm gonna lose way too much speed if I'm liking that. Oh no. So I need On that little jump, I need a little bit of airtime, but not too much, and a little bit of left momentum. Try to go higher on the jump. Yeah, I can try that. Actually, that makes sense. It would help with having more speed and maybe skip the engine off. Although I need to figure that out. Also, hi. Going a little higher. No, that's not it. Okay. Going here. Okay, that's better. Didn't skip the engine off, but that was a decent line. I think I was close to skipping it though. You tried skipping engine off, but was really close, but couldn't. Yeah, I assume it's possible. It looks barely possible. I think you need a very, very good line for it. I think World Record's gonna have it. That was a lot of speed, but I couldn't make it around the turn. I might actually want to grind this map a little bit this week. I feel like it's a fun one. Flows nicely. Okay, missed that one. I need to be a little bit higher up. Wrong angle after the jump. I do need to have a tiny bit of angle after the jump, I think, but not nearly as much as I'm mostly giving it, I think. Okay, I shouldn't really continue a run that is behind it. I mean, I don't think that... Yeah, continuing these doesn't really help me because I don't think I can make it faster. There we go. Okay, that's not bad. The other thing that I'm seeing is if you can land on the border right there, I don't know if it's actually good. I don't know if there's a way to like use that in some way. I don't think I'm good enough to aim for it though. And I say that and I'm almost getting it, but... Okay, that's a bad start. You had 408 speed before the big jump, very close to skip engine off. Yeah, I'm assuming that you can do it. I just don't know if I have the... Well, if I'm good enough yet to be consistent enough with the speed drifting all the way around there. I'm suspecting it's possible, but I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to land it, at least not in the 1 week that we have to get a time going. Yeah, I'm able to get 400. Like maybe with like 415 and above or something. Don't think it takes all that much because my PB is actually not that far off of skipping it either. It's gonna be a bit of a search for the line. 415 should be enough, I also think, or maybe a little bit more than 415. Yeah, depends. It's gonna depend. I think 410 to 415 is the range that you want to try and go for. I'm not the best player or a great player yet, but I'm able to at least get kind of close to some of these. So we'll see if I can make it. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna help. No. I'm very inconsistent on some of my lines still. No, didn't turn enough on that one. Ooh, that's not the best lineup. I mean, going a little higher might work, but I might need to have a little bit more angle. And that's too much angle. I lost a ton of speed doing that. I still got the engine off. I mean, I'm able to get close-ish. And yet again, I was still at 400. I beat your PB, really? I didn't even have 408 speed like you did. Because I don't know how much speed is needed for it. I don't know if my lines are actually good to get the speed just yet. Because I think you can have a slightly wider line and get the speed that you need to skip engine off. But if you don't get the skip on the engine off, you're slower. Like my PB right now isn't lined up in order to have the speed that you need, I don't think. At least not with the way I do it. 406. Like, I'm getting close to the speeds because I think if you skip engine off, you gain 0.1, 0.2 most likely. You went really wide on your PB and you got at 18.35. Yeah, okay, I can see. I think that the difference between us might be the start. Because you having more speed on the lineup on the final jump means you would be faster for the end section. That means I'm faster going to this first jump than you are, I assume. And that makes sense to me because the first jump is essentially an entire... It's not exactly a full reset, but it's a very big transition point. If you get the transition good, you're gonna gain speed on other people. Yeah, that's too high. Okay, that's a good start. Oh, never mind. Yeah, for me, precision is an issue. But I'm a grinder. I'm gonna grind my time until I'm happy. Which is good for something like Weekly Short, but it's not good for some other aspects of the game. Okay, no, that's not it. I still feel like I'm dropping too low over here. And I need to be a little higher if I really want to have the speed. And I keep not getting my speed drift, which I really, really need. I'm I'm steering too soon sometimes, but when I wait too long, I end up being way too close to the end of the... yeah. If I wait too long, I'm too close to the end of the platform and I don't make the turn. But if I go too soon, I end up drifting more, which is not what you want. Because you lose time on drifting too early. Yeah, I have no drift on that one. I still feel like there's maybe a chance that you can get a good bump on that and still get a decent time, but I don't think it's gonna be faster than a good run that skips the engine off. No. Oh, you got a skip? I'm not surprised. I expected it to be possible. How much speed did you have? Like 410, 412? I assume it's somewhere around there. Between 410 and 415. It's a different strat? Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're doing a different strat, then there's a possibility that you might get a better speed. I mean, I'm assuming if you go high enough, like this is a good run, I might have the speed. I had 408, but I was badly lined up. Four. Sadly, no. I really like this map. It's fun for me to grind this map. Okay, I'm much wider, but... oh, never mind. You bounce off the thing on the engine off? Yeah, I'm assuming that this is something that people might try to do. I don't know if it's fast enough, though. You landed on the front left wheel, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. People are gonna try that. I don't know if it's faster than normal way, and I don't know if that's the only way you can skip it. One was slower, but if you can get a good landing, yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. This game has so much little details that you can try that I'm not surprised that you can try and do some sort of weird landing like that and maybe skip it. Like, even that, if I landed that, it might have been decent. Because at some point, while right now I'm still able to try to get normal looking runs and still maybe beat my time, I know that at some point when I start to struggle to get good runs going, I can sometimes try to do some crazy stuff and see if it works. And I found some weird stuff before that kind of worked. Okay, that's not a bad one. Missed it. Oh, really good landing. Oh. That was 410. And I didn't skip it. So 410 is not enough. Maybe if I was a little bit further to the right, it would have been, but... oh, I went next. I would like to grind that one a little bit more. 410 was not enough with my line. But maybe 410 would be enough if I was a little further to the right. Yeah. I think I was just too far to the left. If I had been a little bit further to the right or more to the center of the landing platform, it might have been enough. Although, I feel like I saw a little bit more what I want for the landing right here. And I think I'm lining myself up wrong before I drop off. I think I need to do something more like this. Bad lineup on that one. But I had more speed. I still went faster, so I'm gaining a little bit later on that. So I'm right in thinking that I still have a lot to gain on this. Also, that 406 was also very close to skipping because it was really far to the right and might have even been enough with a better speed. And my PB is now interesting to follow because my PB seems to have a pretty okay start, but on top of having a good-ish start, it does this line surprisingly well as well. It's just that my PB went way too far to the left at the end before the jump. Nope. A little bit too far to the right this time. Also didn't have enough speed. It's a different... Oh, I hit the wall there. I'm trying different angles too, see if I can get a better line with different angle. And I think that my start might not even be the best. I mean, it's looking good because I'm using the bump to just angle me more easily, but... Oh, I had a little bit of a drifty one right there. I think that's a map that I'm gonna struggle to get really good times on compared to top level players because it's such a simple one. Unless there's a big strat that gets found, I'm not gonna be that high on position. It's so a little too straightforward. But I like grinding it, so there's a big chance that I'm gonna spend more time on it in my own time. I don't know how much... I don't know how much I need to go to the left at the start, because going to the left does help me with the lineup, which is great, but it doesn't help with the shortest possible line, because the shortest possible line would go to the right, but I don't think you can go straight to the right because you're too slow. Not too slow, you're too close to that wall. Yeah, I think you're just too close to that wall. You really need that little left at the start. Yeah, if you can land almost perfectly with your front wheels there, you're gonna have a lot more speed that you can carry. I think my start almost doesn't matter. Okay, interesting. I went further left this time and I had kind of a similar speed. Might not need to be as far to the right as I expect it to be. Ooh. I might need to pay attention more to my gear ups so that I don't steer during gear ups. That might also be what I'm missing to have the speed to make my line. Ooh. The fact that I hit the wall there was kind of annoying. Okay, I'm kind of far behind on that, yeah. I do think that skipping that engine off is the way to go though. I doubt that you can get away with a top time without that. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I've got plenty. Oh, I didn't turn early enough. Okay, I'm a little further behind, but I mean 407 wasn't too bad. 18.268, that's actually pretty good. Or 7 again. Man. The crazy thing is, I suspect that top level players are already in the sub 18 times. Which I would love to know how they're doing it. Yeah, getting close to the wall every time, but you kind of need to be close to the wall if you really want to get a lot of speed. Anything above 400 is so close to skipping engine off that it can't be that high above the 400. Like, I doubt you need something like 420. I would assume it's 415. Also, I'm wondering if there's something I'm missing. Like, is there? Go left at start does turbo? What? Further left, like on this one? Because I don't know if that close to the threes. Oh. Oh, I did not see that. That's gonna make a difference. It's gonna help you with accelerating. Oh my god. Okay, that's gonna make... Yeah, it's gonna make for a big difference now. Oh my god. Okay. 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 You're gonna have plenty of speed to skip the engine off now. I'm gonna need to figure out my line. I need to turn everywhere now, but that's gonna be interesting now, I think. 14. Wow, 14 didn't have enough. But that's a massive PB. 17.5. I mean, I lost so much speed in some sections of the map. 17.5 is not even good yet. No. I think I need to go even lower. Oh, making the right turn at the start now is actually much harder. Okay. I mean, you do have a lot more speed, but making that first turn is rough. Oh, I keep hitting the left wall and I lose a lot of speed though. There we go. Ooh, okay. Went up and over. I haven't expected that I can do that. Okay, yeah. So now my old lineup isn't good anymore. I need a new lineup. Goes a little lower. $417, made it. Skipped it. Top 1000 now. So 417 skipped it. So I think 415 might be enough. That's gonna be a rough one if it goes through. Nah, that's no way. I had a bad line. Oh, I forgot to do the start. Now that my head has gone to the right so much, I feel like my brain is still in automatic mode of going to the right instead of going to the left. So every so often my head just still goes to the right instead. It's a lot more speed, but I didn't turn enough. So yeah, the further... I mean, the wider you are at the start now, the better it is, I think. Because you end up with a crazy amount of speed. And getting a good landing there is important as well. Yeah, sub 17 map for sure now. I'm confident in it. That's not even a good lineup and I was still quite fast. Ooh, that's gonna be weird. Yeah, I think I was too wide. Okay, so at this point, I think I'll I feel like the first turn is not what matters most for the entire map now. Getting a good first turn is extremely important at this point. It kind of determines the entirety of the rest of the map. If you don't get a good first turn, you're never gonna get a good lineup for the jump, and if you don't get a good lineup for the jump, you don't have the speed to skip the engine off. Oh, why did I go so far to the right? I think I need to get a couple more runs that just get to the jump so that I can make sure that my head still remembers how to do that jump properly. Okay. It's not bad. Another 417 and new PB. Yeah, I'm getting into the low 17s now. It's gonna start to be tough to improve, I think, but that's a better line technically. But it didn't have the speed, I think. It's very interesting. Still have one map that I haven't completed though. I should look into going into that. Now, the crazy thing now is that one of the things that I enjoy seeing in the weekly shorts is also how they decide to make the map to block the line that would be the ideal line. And now I'm seeing that the first right turn, the ideal line is blocked by the split in the middle of the road in the turn. So that makes a lot more sense now that that is that I was doing the wrong thing. Yeah, I might move on to the next map after a few runs, but I might also wait until after the ad break is over, since my ad break is about to start. Oop. I'm going off constantly now. $13 didn't make it, so that's interesting to see what speeds do and don't make it past the engine off. And there's no way that going all the way around that start is faster. You have to be on the inside. Also, that's definitely not enough. Oh, wait, that's actually not a bad lineup. Although it doesn't have more speed. Wait, I think that was a 413 that still made it, but it was really close to the inside. Yeah, that's not making it. Nope. Good start. Good start, but a little too high after the jump. I think the less drifting you have in the beginning, the better it is, but it's tough to get no drift at all because it's just a really tight line. Yeah. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Okay, pretty good. Wow, that was 409 and it still made it because it just barely cleared the booster from a tiny hit though. That tiny hit lifted the back. In about 1 or 2 runs, maybe I'm gonna move on and go check the last map that I'm missing. And then maybe go back to some of the earlier maps, because obviously I'm not fast on some of the earlier maps this week yet. That was actually barely slower. Alright, let's move on for now. I think I have the good line at this point. I might be missing something, but we'll see. Alright, last map of the week. What do we have here? Okay, already from the start, that's already strange. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so what do I want from this? Something like that. Okay, missed it. Oh, that's gonna be really random for me. Probably want a better landing than that too. Okay. God, my level of control for engine, well, not engine, reactor is pretty terrible. Okay, let's improve that. Of course, I can do better than that. Do a better start with this. Okay, well, we're gonna need a better landing then. No. Okay, that's gonna be an issue. Okay. Got some decent reactor. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not gonna be a map for me. I am not good at this stuff. Although, maybe I can do... Oh, yep. Ooh, yeah, no. That's not it. That is definitely not it. I don't know which direction I should target. Maybe going to the left is better. Oh. Yeah, that's not faster. I need a direct finish somewhere. I can't drive. Got a lucky plastic bounce there. Yeah. I think I'm gonna need some sort of lucky plastic bounce as well. I'm not good with reactor. Got a 14G. I definitely struggle with reactor booster a lot. Although this one seems to be pretty forgiving for the most part. But even though it is forgiving, I don't know what I'm really gonna want to do for a decent time. Okay, every time I turn in for the first jump, I need to be kind of lined up forward like that. That's pretty decent. That's not too bad. I needed to let go a tiny bit earlier, I think. Okay. Man, I'm gonna struggle to get auto time on that one, I think. Now I'm really low. Okay. Interesting. Nope. I don't know what the best lineup for the start is either. I seem to feel like doing a good... Oh, yep, I'm too low. If I can get some sort of decent zoop while I'm above some okay ground, maybe I can get something going, but... Okay. I think I got a bit too much height on this. Yeah. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that one on stream, I think, because that's just too random for me. Although, yeah. I was hesitating with either going under that thing or going on top and getting a good bounce, and I think that messed me up too much because then I was kind of in a bad spot to even do either of them. Nope. There we go. I mean, if you get a no-K bounce... If there's a checkpoint down there, okay. Oh god, that's... horrible. Okay. Yeah. What I'm gonna need for this one is a lucky bounce. That's really all I'm gonna need. Because I'm too terrible at reactor booster. I'm sure that people who know what they're doing with reactor booster are gonna get some insane time. Maybe under a 12. Oh, I'm not even beating my score because it's so slow. Okay, well that might do okay. Nope, never mind. I messed it up. Okay. Okay, that's not a terrible bounce. Oh, that would have been a decent lucky bounce that could have given me something decent. Okay, I have control over this one. And I messed up my jump. That might have helped me. Nope, I completely lost control on that one, and I went straight up instead of stabilizing forward. Okay, well, that might still work. Never mind. Needed a better bounce. Okay, okay. I mean, I finished, but it's terribly slow. Yeah, that's just... I don't know where I should be aiming, because I keep aiming for a spot, but it gives me nothing good. Maybe I should continue aiming down here somewhere. That might have been decent. I guess I shouldn't be trying to go down the middle. Down the middle seems to not be working out. Whereas left side seems to be doing pretty decent. Okay, I mean, I went a little too far left, but that's at least a little bit more under control now. Yeah, I'm still too far left. Kind of messed that one up. Although I might have more lineup time. Never mind, I went before that bump. If I was after it, maybe. Okay, left side here might not be too bad. There we go, that's actually not bad. Okay, I'm gonna be happy with that for the moment, I think. That's not really the type of map for me. And I would like to revisit some of the first couple maps, because I definitely didn't get that good of a line on some of these. This one, I think I know roughly what I need to do. I just need to do it better, and that's not it. Unless I'm missing something, but... Okay, let's just remind myself of the run. I saw something. Can you do this? Also, is there anything here? No, there's nothing there. But now I saw something that I think could be interesting. Where is it? Is it right here? Yeah, I think you can do that. There's definitely a little trick that you can do over there and just get down there. Oops, no, that's not a good lineup. Nope. Okay, let's first try and implement that little trick. Okay, I think I need to line it up better. I think I'm not lining up for that one properly just yet. Okay, let's just continue it so that I can learn my lineup a bit better. But I think that I'm seeing a different lineup that might work better. Okay, I messed that one up. I'm seeing something that I want to try and do. There we go. I was wrongly lined up on that one. Okay. Okay, now. Okay. Okay, not bad. Oh, never mind. I hit the 3 right there. Okay, I need to kind of get a bit of muscle memory on that one so that I can be a little bit more consistent on it. But I think once I am consistent on it, I'm gonna be able to get some good runs going and maybe some good times. No, that's actually not actually helpful for now. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Not bad. Small improvement. Okay. That jump was wrong. I feel like I can have a better lineup even. Like I saw that ramp at the very end on some of my first few runs. And it's definitely important, but now I think I'm not using it even properly yet. Because I think the lineup that I have now can allow me to maybe do a slightly different one. Get a little lower here. Interesting. Okay, I think I'm probably already getting the entirety of the line, although maybe I'm missing a little detail. Because my landings are not all that great right now. No, there's no way I'm getting there that way. Okay. Okay, descent. No. Too high. Okay. Too much drifting at the start now. I'm losing speed. Oh wow, I think I hit the ledge and lost speed on that one, but I was really low on the jump. And the lower the jump, the better, I'm pretty sure, on that one. I mean, on all of them would probably be lower the jump, the better. I wonder if I can be even lower down in some of these places. Okay, well, not that low on that one. Okay, well, I already know that I can't go left of that little tree on the beginning. Dang. Yeah. I feel like I got kind of lucky on my PB because I don't understand the lineup properly just yet. So I got a decent one, but now I'm getting more the hang of it. Yeah, because that's bad. I definitely don't want to be too high up there, but if you're too high, you get a bad landing. And that's way too much to the left. Man, I have a feeling that there's a trick I'm missing somewhere, whether it's a drift spot or something. And I'm trying to be close to the tree now, and that's not gonna help me getting more runs in that go to the end. That might have been good if I was a tiny bit more to the left. Yeah, I'm struggling to get back to my sub 17 time. I think that for this map, sub 17 is gonna be a strong time for anybody, which is already good to me that I can make such a time happen. There's also the consideration that I have that I'm not sure if the jump is faster at the end or not. I'm wondering if a proper drift around that last corner is better. Or if you want to jump and be as far to the right as you can on the jump. Because I can see both. I just don't know if drifting can even make up for the amount of the track that you cut right there. Okay, not bad. Okay, yeah, decent lineup now. God, I'm trying to see about finding just slightly better lineups that have less airtime while still maintaining speed and having a good lineup for the next part. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if that bounce is actually good for anything. Maybe it is. Dang, that was a good start, but didn't manage to do anything with it. Okay. Oh, okay. Yep. I mean, I can tell that my PB is way too far to the left at the finish line. And improving on that is definitely a possibility. I also feel like it's too... Well, it's doing some jumps that are a little too high. Which, in my opinion, means I can gain on some slightly lower jump. But I don't think there's a ton for me to gain here. Although I say that, and I'm gonna be surprised when I see the world record, I'm certain. I'm starting to be able to match my PB a little bit more. Which means that I'm actually able to kind of recreate what I got by luck a little bit more accurately now. Okay, that's definitely one that I might grind. I'm gonna go check this other beginning one because I feel like I didn't do a good job on that one. At least not good enough. I mean, lowering my height on that might be good. Yeah, less height would definitely help. But Does it really? It might not be good to reduce airtime through releasing gas on that. So maybe there's a way for me to reduce air with a different method. Okay, that's not bad. I would like a sub 18 on this one. Okay. So this one is gonna be all about drifting as little as you can on the grass, I think. Maybe a little bit more than that would be nice. Yeah, okay. I mean, being a little bit further to the left would also help on that. Not with the jump, but with the grass line. Once I get on it. Okay, so that might help me with the further left lineup. Okay, not bad. What? I feel like I saw something up there. Oh, can I please? Okay. Thank you. Where is it? What is that? Why does that exist? Okay. So... Huh. So what do you do for that one? Do you jump like this and get on that? I think that's what you need to do. Interesting. Okay. Let's try and land on there. Because obviously, if it's a harder but closer finish, I'm gonna want that closer finish. Okay, well, surely we want a better lineup here. There you go. Interesting. I kind of would like to see what the angle and maybe what the speed is for that because... Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, maybe I should have just reset from checkpoint. I keep forgetting I can just reset from checkpoint. Interesting. So you kind of want to go for that because I was way further behind. And I still almost beat it. So that is a better run. I'm gonna need to figure out what the good way of making that jump is then. Because obviously making that is important. Okay. Oh god. Didn't have the speed, so I didn't make it. actually a good... It's kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out what line is really ideal to do that. I mean, I'm not able to make a jump by taking that little left line, so maybe I need to be further right instead and line myself up better through this way. That looks like it was a much better lineup, so maybe I'm gonna focus on that instead. Okay, that's an improvement. Now I have the run kind of going towards the right spot. But I still feel like I didn't get a good lineup for it. I think that lineup that I got at the end is what you want. It's a little bit more clean. Okay, another improvement. We're under 17.5 now, which is not bad. Okay. Dang, okay. My PB is starting to have a not too bad line overall. Okay, this is a bad lineup, but yeah, if I had been a little bit further to the left on that second grass, maybe. I'm wondering if there's an even better way to go to that finish. Because my current way isn't bad, but is there a better one? God, I'm matching my PB now every time, pretty much. Like, landing early here isn't gonna help me, right? Nah. I think you lose too much time with that little bump. I saw that the bump was actually pretty light, so maybe... Yeah, I don't have the speed here. Also, I don't know where the hitbox for that tree is. I feel like I hit that hitbox a couple times and I don't know where the actual hitbox for it is. Okay, yeah, matching my PB constantly is good, but I need to be beating my PB, so I need to find a way to make it faster. Like, that's not bad, that's a bit faster. Didn't really gain much in terms of position. I think people are all optimizing kind of the same thing, so it seems that we're all really close on times, so I don't have much I can gain. Yep, that's not... yep. Okay, I'm trying to change a couple of things, see if it's better. Okay. I mean... and that one I lost time on. This is kind of a tough call to make. That first little section has a little bit of a weird drop down that isn't smooth, and there are ways to make it better like that. That's an even better one than my PB. But it's weird still for me to get it properly, and on that one I didn't get it properly. Okay, so now I have a better line here. And there I bumped over the hole. Okay, similar. Better line here. Less speed. Less speed, and I hit the finish checkpoint in the wrong spot there. I'm not sure what else I could do to improve on that specific line. I mean, there's definitely some things that I might be able to do, but... because I would like to improve this time better, but I'm definitely not getting much in terms of improvement. And I'm not seeing ways to really gain. Because every time I try something slightly different, I lose time. Okay. Oh. Well, I still made that jump. I corrected it, but I may have lost some time to do that, yeah. Oh, what the hell? There's no way that makes it. Now, my question is, where are my checkpoints? There's one here. There's another one right there. And the other one is there. So, between these two, there's nothing I can do. Between these two, there's also nothing I can do. I can't go and jump anywhere else. What is this? I don't think that's usable. Alright, so nothing between these first ones. And once I get to this one, like the only thing I can do is go this way so that I can make it. And there's no jumping off. Yeah, there's no other checkpoint finish, right? I'm not missing something weird. I'm not missing something here. No, I only see these two finishes and nothing else. Alright. I mean, for now, I think I'm gonna go check the third map again. And I really feel like for this one, I mean, my time is good, but is it the right path? I don't think it is. I have a feeling that I still have the wrong path. I mean, is there any chance that I can do something even crazier and... Oh, okay, well that's not gonna help. Is there any chance that I can do this? No. It's not faster. Like, I'm gonna need to look into this, see if I can find better lines. Because I don't think I'm fast enough on this one. I mean, that wasn't horrible. Maybe if I do it faster, it could be better. Okay, no, not really what I want, but maybe I can do that better. Yeah, because I think that might be smoother for most of it. Yeah, it's actually not bad. Oh, maybe you need to turn there instead? Okay. I'm starting to feel like I found a much better line now. Because it allows me to do a much better lineup overall. Okay, it's faster for now, but I don't know if my previous line was executed all that well. Okay, let's see if I can improve on that one, because I don't know if that's even a good line or not. Okay. I mean, is there a different path I could take that would be better? That's also another question that I want to answer. Because I have a feeling that some people found better paths than even mine. And my current PB definitely messes up some of it. I mean, that's the hard turn right now that I keep failing, so I'm not too worried at this time. I also really feel like there's a very real chance that people found a way to get a bug checkpoint on a reset or something. That wouldn't surprise me. We've seen it before. Okay, let's get a good run. Maybe I need to be focused on it a bit more. Now I think I need to do a little drift there, but I did it too early. Also, that's not the right lineup either. No, not really. Okay, let's just try it. Yeah, that definitely helped. Well, that didn't, but I can see that I have some potential improvements. Okay, so a good jump that allows me to get a bit of turning at the same time is definitely what you want. Well, not that. That's not what I meant. Alright. Well, that's not too horrible, except I was way too far. Yeah, getting a better end lineup, just a better end line there, would make for a pretty good difference. So long as I can do a good job. Nope, not happening. Yeah, I had a feeling that you could cut those corners if you had the right line, but I wasn't sure that it would actually help at all. Man, that's not gonna be easy. Okay, I wanna try a different line again, because... Wait, can I just... Can I just do this and get an okay lineup going here? Okay, well, obviously not that way. Okay, so this... Then doing this. Then coming up here. Going back around. Yeah, there's no way. That was so much slower. I mean, we can try doing something slightly different. Like, is there any chance that I can just kind of do this and just... No, that's not happening either. Because obviously now I'm looking at it and I'm considering whether or not there are some lines that make more sense. Because there's definitely a better line than mine, I'm pretty sure. Okay, no, that's not happening. This checkpoint is the weird one in my opinion. It's in a weird spot. I feel like that's the one that you do last, but is there any chance that the move is actually to do this one first and do a completely different set of line? That'd be crazy. I mean, if I want to do that, I would need to have a very strong follow-up of line. And I think I'm losing so much time going this way that I mean, it's not a terrible idea, but it's not fast enough. Definitely isn't a terrible idea, but I don't know if I'm doing it in the way that works. Yeah, because that doesn't actually work. Is there a possibility of me doing... I don't remember if I tried doing this line early on, but doing this and going this way. Okay, that wouldn't work, not in the way that I'm doing it. I mean, maybe. That might be doable, but I would need to have a good line the entire way. Oh, I messed it up. It's left. Wow, okay. No, that's the wrong way. A little too early. Yeah, that's completely wrong. No, there's no way that you can do that many jump up and down and having it be fast, because you're never gonna be fast doing that. I think that this line might be the fastest. I'm going... going this way essentially. Because I get there way faster, but the issue comes down to the end. So, is there a way for me to make the ending part faster? I mean, am I going to need to do something weird and come all the way back somehow? The thing is, on a map like this, you would think that doing the shortest path possible no matter what is the best, but because there's so many ups and downs everywhere, the fastest path might not be the shortest one. You might be better off making a detour to avoid going up and down constantly. So what happens if I do this? I was actually kind of at the same spot. Weirdly enough, looked very similar in time. I'm not sure which of the two line is the hardest versus easiest though. Okay, nope. Definitely not that. Okay. No, that I can't afford to bump anywhere. I mean, there's no way that I can just... Yeah, I don't know. Just don't know what makes more sense to me. It's hard for me to know which path is the fastest now, because it's just so inconsistent everywhere. And there's no way going up like that, is it? Maybe I do need to go around the back line. If I go in this way, I might just need to take the banking turn. God, I messed it up. I had a really good line too. Oops, nope, that's not it. Three-minute ads, yeah, well that's... the recommended ads is what that is. No. I don't know if you're still in ads, but that's just my normal setup. That's the way to remove pre-rolls. I guess you just came at the wrong time. that's definitely not it. I'm not sure what the best thing for this map is. I'm gonna be... Oh, actually... yeah... I think I still want to grind this one. I was doing pretty well on this one. Alright, let's have a look at this again. Nope, that's definitely not what I want to do. Nope. Let's just get back into it. Okay. That's not working out. At least not right now. Okay, not a bad start. Oh, I messed it up. Alright, ads should be mostly done now. So yeah, ads should be over now. Should be good for an hour without ads. Nope, no, that's not working. I still feel like I can do better on this map. Didn't skip it. Had a bad lineup for it. Okay. No, that didn't make it. That also didn't make it. Alright. I feel like this is gonna be a reset simulator. I shouldn't do that one on stream. Let's go back to... Actually, let me check my... I mean, overall, I'm more or less happy with my times already. I mean, this one I'm not happy with, but I think it's a lot of luck. And this one I feel I need to practice more. I feel like I'm missing something on this one. Because I'm not doing terribly. So obviously there's this little jump at the back. There's this one that I'm already taking, and there's this line right there. Is there something else I'm missing? Because as far as I know, I'm not missing anything else. Like, unless maybe you can go there. At least it's got Canadian colors. Yeah, it does. Alright, okay, let's see if I can improve on this time again. Last time I was finding it hard to match my PB. Okay, well, beat my time right away. But that was mostly from a better end line and nothing else really, because I was behind before that. There we go. Oh, that drift wasn't good. That's not a terrible line. Okay, oh no. Made an adjustment and I shouldn't have. Hello? Hello, Lama Lapas. Lapa, or I don't know how you pronounce this one. I guess I could just call you Lama. Alright. Yeah, this one I feel like I already have most of it. All the Canadians showing up? Yeah. I mean, I think that part of the Canadian laws kind of forced Amazon and YouTube and whatnot to like make recommendations of to Canadians that are just other Canadians, so it's kind of helping. I mean, you can be Canadian in spirit if that's what you want. I don't think that's a problem. Man, this week has been pretty good overall for me, but I feel like it's been hard to optimize my time this week. There we go. So I'm assuming that you guys kind of know each other a little bit then? Or maybe you just seen each other in other streams? You know the name? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Also, I feel like in a lot of cases, like popular map makers, strong players and stuff like that get to be known a little bit more. I'm definitely not one of those. I don't really make maps, and I mean, I'm okay at the game. I might show up in like regional and Canadian leaderboards a little bit high sometimes, but not on the international level. You said the Canadian car and came to check out. Oh, well, I mean, and thank you for coming to check it out. You play rank 90% of the time? Yeah, I don't really play rank. I'm not very competitive in terms of competing actively against other players, but I do enjoy competing with leaderboards. You saw Trackmania and the VTuber model had to click. Well, I mean, I always appreciate anybody that's coming by, and it's always I'm not doing this for like for money or anything. I'm just doing this because I'm enjoying doing all of this. I love the game and I love streaming it from time to time. I'd have to catch you on the leaderboards. I mean, I might be able to. I don't think I'm gonna be getting that much higher than this on the leaderboard for the current week. No, that's not it. Oh my god. I'm trying to be lower with the jumps and it's not really helping me. Okay, yeah, that was a little bit rough. There we go. No. I'm still trying out some stuff to see if I can get some better lineups, but it's definitely not going the way that I want it to be. I think that for this one I might be kind of tapped out on my overall results. Although I say that and I'm getting a decent run, but yeah. It's tough to do a good run and maintain it to the end. Still doing not too bad this time around. I feel like I've been struggling to get past the final little hurdles in this game, where I'm always a little bit behind top level, like half a second to a second. I rarely end up being closer than that. Where's that? Took you 2 years to learn ice. I still don't know how to do ice properly. Ice is still really tough for me. Like, I understand the principle behind it a bit, but I'm struggling to do it well. Also, reactor boosting is something I'm struggling with, so the final map this week is a big issue for me. Alright. Honestly, I think that there's only one time that I was not bad on ice, and I think it's like the first rework for ice. I was doing okay on bobsleigh with the first rework. And then they changed it again, and I started to struggle again. Okay, that's actually... Oh no, I keep being too low on this jump. Because I want to be jumping lower than I have been before, so that I get less airtime, but I'm going too low now. Definitely jumping way too low every time. Nah, I messed that one up. You saw someone drive 0.5 on this track, but generally forgot the lines, never check out weekly shorts. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that 16.5 is possible. Honestly, I tend to be about 0.5 behind world records pretty much no matter what. So, like, if I remember well, my best ever performance was I think I was 0.4 behind world record on my best ever performance, but it was a really short track, so... Like, I've never really been that high in the leaderboards. I think my best ever score was a very high top 1000 on a weekly short. I think I was a 840 or something, like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And that's the best that I ever got. Otherwise, I typically end up being much higher. Like, last week was 2,400, and that's roughly where I stand most of the time nowadays. I went too high. Man, I'm trying to go really close to that tree, and it's not working out most of the time. I've tried some of the endurance races. I feel like endurance races are not for me. Mostly because consistency is something I struggle greatly with. So the endurance races are just an issue for me. Which is why I feel like for me, weekly shorts are ideal. Because, like, doing something decently for 15 to 20 seconds is pretty feasible. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, endurance is just a different kind of beast. I'm not good enough for endurance. I'm not consistent enough, and I just don't know the strats well enough. I don't control my car well enough to do that either. While I really enjoy playing Trackmania, I've always struggled with dexterity-oriented games. And the fact that I'm doing this well is still very impressive to me. When did I start playing Trackmania? Well, Trackmania 2020 I started when the game came out, but I actually started with Trackmania Turbo on console, like maybe a year after Trackmania Turbo release is when I first played it. And I've been enjoying the series ever since. I feel like Trackmania is kind of a good way for me to play a somewhat competitive game without being in a full-on competitive environment. I also don't play as much as many other people, and I don't play only racing games. I'm very varied in my games on a regular basis. So while I do come back to Trackmania often, there's definitely been periods where I spent months, if not even a couple years sometimes, without playing the game. I came back pretty actively recently, around... I think around September or October is when I decided to pick the game back up and really work on getting better. Because I believe when I started to pick the game back up in September, I believe it's September or October, but when I picked the game back up then, even getting all of the story, getting gold on every story mission or story tracks, every campaign track, sorry. Even that was still really hard, and there's still some campaign tracks that I struggle on, mostly black tracks. But like, honestly, 6 months ago, you asked me to do the entire campaign with all goals and potentially all author time. I would have said that's not happening. Nowadays, it might happen. I think the current campaign, I think I have 1 silver medal left and everything else is gold or better. I think I have author time in all except the last 4 maps of the current campaign. So I've definitely been improving a lot in the past few months. And to be fair, the times that I'm getting now is something I would never have dreamed of getting 6 months ago. So it is really nice to see that I'm genuinely improving. But it's definitely not feeling like it's easy for me to improve now. Plus, I kind of struggle with some stuff yet still. Actually, I really want to go back to this one, see if I can do something better with that one. Not too bad, happy to hear that I find improvement. Yeah, I mean, I also... One of the big things that I feel has been helping me a lot with improvement is literally going through the weekly tracks. Like, I think I've started to be consistently doing them since... Is it 64 or 63? I think it's 60... It might even be earlier. Yeah, 63 is when I started to be consistently doing them every week. And I was barely making 10,000 here. Like, this one is a little bit better, and I got gradually better. So yeah, it's actually been a nice process for me to just slowly learn, slowly get better. And I like the weekly tracks because the weekly tracks to me are a great way to learn the game because it's typically short and there's only one or two tricks to learn. So it's been good for me. You was gonna do so much before you had to go to uni, before uni was completed in local tournaments. Oh yeah, I mean, tournaments are definitely gonna be a different beast. Oh yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happens to a lot of people. Unless you're already playing at the very top of the world on anything, most of the time life just catches up to you and you can't really continue. Oh, okay. You're washed now, but you can still get all campaign authors in 2 or 3 days if you try. Yeah, for me, author times are still... Like, campaign author times are still not that easy. I have been grinding the current campaign quite a bit. Oh, no, that's not it. I've been grinding the current campaign a decent chunk of time. And I think I was able to get the first 15 within a day or two. And my struggle came to getting the last 10. I think the 20 to 20, 15 to 20, I mean, wasn't that quick. And then 15 to 20, no, sorry, 20 to 25. Oh my god, my brain, like, let me go check my campaign. Because I'm doing pretty well on campaigns so far. Oh, actually I forgot that I still am missing some here. Oh, and I still have this bronze. I think my memory is on this one. Oh, actually not even. It's on that one. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm kind of close to water time on these. These I've been struggling with a little bit. Yeah, I mean, getting gold on any of these is still really tough for me. I know that I have black tracks that I've got gold and author times, but they're pretty rare for me still. Reds, I'm starting to get pretty good at red tracks, but it's still a bit of a struggle. But yeah, I've been getting better. I just feel like campaign tracks are not the greatest to learn. Also, I tried to complete these two on the last campaign and I really was struggling way too much with them. I kind of gave up on those. I could have probably gotten them finished, but I didn't feel like grinding them too much. Your proudest achievement was getting top 5 on world on a campaign track? Man, that's actually cool. I think my best result ever is a weekly short. I think there's a weekly short that I was top 300 once. I think I was like 220 or something. I don't remember which one it was on which week, but there's a few that I got a decent chunk of time, so... Well, a decent time on. You spent at least 80 hours on that track and got it on the last day of the campaign? Yeah, I can understand that. I don't do that much grinding, so... I think most of the time, at this time, my time in the game every week is probably somewhere around the 15 to 20 hours across the entire week. Maybe a little bit more sometimes, but I don't really go for that much more. Mostly because there's other stuff that I want to do, but also because I'm not seeing all that much result after a while, and since I would rather focus on improving rather than getting a massive grind for time. I'm actually actively just essentially not grinding crazy amount of hours just to get a better result is what I'm kind of trying to say. I obviously would love to get a great result, but I just don't see it happening right now, unless it's a very luck-based result. And even this map to me feels like, and I don't want to say all luck, but it feels like a bit of luck. Because it's not gonna be something that I'm gonna be controlling properly. Reactor booster, I'm not great with. But I would like a bit of a better time. Like, this is definitely one of those maps that is well, at least for the top players, it's gonna be some luck, some skills. For me, it's mostly luck and a tiny bit of skill. Like, I can kind of control it sometimes. Wow, I didn't even beat my best time on that. I mean, that's still a good time, but it's definitely not gonna be good enough. If I didn't lose the reactor booster there. Taking a backseat with many grains of salt, but can't you just not take the dirt downhill smoothly and just jump on the reactor instead? Yeah, you definitely can. The issue that I have with it is that in most cases, I just lose control completely like this. I'm not so bad with reactor booster that it doesn't really work well in my brain. So once I have it, I just almost fully lose control and I don't get anything going with it. I mean, maybe if I'm lucky, I might eventually get something. Maybe with a good landing on it, it might work. Yeah, the jump is very, very close to it. I think maybe a top level player might be able to do it. But the thing is, it becomes really, really tough to control if you jump directly on it, in my opinion. I still think that's probably what the top levels, well, the top players are gonna be doing. I just don't think my ability to control reactor is good enough for that. Because otherwise, yeah, maybe. And it's kind of a tough lineup too. Because you can't be too far to the back. And there's also the wall before the reactor, so it's kind of blocking the ideal line to jump on it. Oh, I got kind of lucky there, although I lost control of it. Because I was upside down, I couldn't understand it. It could be a bug slide into it. That's another idea. I know how to bug slide. I can kinda do it. Although I'm still struggling with bug sliding. So it's one of the later... Well, I say one of the more recent things that I've learned how to do. I think I learned it about 5 or 6 weeks ago. So it's still kinda new for me to bug slide. So if the map doesn't have a good setup for it, it's still kinda tough for me. I think I learned it for a weekly short because it was a faster line with a bug slide and the setup for it was pretty decent. Oh no. Because the jump is that close, you need to steer very aggressively before jumping and hope to get a tick immediately upon landing. Yeah. Even brake to have a sharp angle on landing. Maybe. Oh, maybe if I had held forward on that one, that might actually have been good. It's kind of tough because, yeah, I would like to improve on this time. Oh, I mean, I think there's a way that you can land it. You kind of can't have... Yeah, I mean, I kind of lose control and always go straight up, which is the big issue that I'm having. No, I'm struggling with this one for sure. It's definitely not easy. Yeah, it's the going straight up like that that's an issue for me. I don't know how to fix that, and I'm struggling to land properly directly on to the reactor boost. And I can. Sometimes I can get something like that. Yeah, it's definitely not an easy one to get. Because I understand that, yeah, it would be faster to do exactly what you're saying. I think the issue is literally just control. It makes it really hard to control. Oh, I kind of had it. You find my voice soothing? Well, that's nice to hear. I forgot to break. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. It's always nice to hear that people enjoy my voice, because obviously as a VTuber, that's kind of what the only point of reference that people end up having to me instead, well, other than the model itself. Yeah, I still feel like braking before the jump and kind of setting it up more smoothly just gives me more consistent results, weirdly enough. And thank you for the follow. Oh, that kind of was good. Also, I will say that, just as a completely honest thing, I don't do Trackmania every stream. I do try to do at least one stream a week of Trackmania, so I understand if you prefer just watching Trackmania, that's also completely fine. But I always appreciate anybody following anyways. I have been trying to be very active at getting at least a little bit of Trackmania every week so that I can continue to get better. Because my channel isn't specifically a Trackmania one, it's more variety, but I enjoy some Trackmania, so I don't want to induce anybody into thinking that it's only one thing, but yeah, it's just that for me, like, I know that a lot of people have channels that focus on only one thing. You also watch somebody that plays League. Yeah, I used to play League. I don't really play it anymore. But for me, typically it's pretty varied. Like, there's some of everything. There's like racing, there's gonna be shooters, there's gonna be... Super Battle Golf has been very common on my channel recently. Some Warhammer stuff. Like, my interests in games are pretty varied, so I end up doing a bunch of variety. But hey, if you ever want to come back on any day that I'm playing, well, and on any day that I'm live, I would appreciate it, of course. And I typically always stream around this time. Like, On the weekends, I sometimes start a little earlier, but 4 p.m. is typically my starting time, and I try to go for 3-4 hours. Sometimes less, depends on the day. Okay, I kind of wanted to practice my airtime control there. I knew it wasn't gonna be faster, but I still struggle with airtime control. So I think giving myself the chance to practice it is also a good thing. Dang, that might have been decent. Okay, I don't know what the best line is for this map. I don't know which direction people are going. I feel like I keep trying different directions. And so far, my PB found something on the left side. But even though I found something on the left side, it's not that quick. Yeah, that wasn't enough distance there. Not bad, but not good enough. Okay, maybe this. Oh no, I had way too much. It does look like a safer line to land on. Like a safer line to land on the yellow plastic and the smooth uphill, but the dreamers want to zoop off the red plates. Yes, I agree with you, except that I'll be honest, I think that the ideal one is likely to somehow land somewhere around here and get maybe even around here and kind of line yourself up to go this way. I think is likely the best, well, at least for consistency, because if you land here and go through here, this thing lands you straight in between these two. Same with this, it launches you straight in between, so that's not really good. This one does the same, but up there. This one, if you land like too much over here, this tends to send you on top, which is kind of why you need kind of a balance, or you need to control it in a way, and you can't go straight in almost any of them. I think the ideal line for anybody is to get some sort of zoop, most likely on this red plate, and probably with that zoop go towards, I think, this, and use both of these to line yourself up somewhere on there is what I think the best is. I just don't think I can make that happen, because I'm not good enough with zoop. I barely understand how it works. And that's kind of where it's funny for me, because I kind of understand concepts and I kind of understand the fast tricks, but being able to do them is a very different thing. Oh, that's not terrible, but yeah. I do think that the top players are gonna be using a zoop somewhere. That wouldn't surprise me. That's the thing with many things, you know more things than you can do. Yeah. But I think that's fine. Because if you know more things than what you can actually do, I think that's a good thing. Because that also gives you something to strive for in terms of improving. Yeah, I agree that it's one of the reasons why people can critique top players to some extent. That's also one of the reasons why I feel like Trackmania is a great game, is because even though there's like, honestly, there's 100 different potential tricks that people can do, maybe even more. And even if you ask any of the top 1000 players in the game, I'm sure that any of them are gonna tell you about 5 tricks that they still struggle to do properly. Because that's just the way the game is. Those tricks are not easy, and doing them well is also not easy. I mean, some of them are not hard, but some of those tricks are really hard. And I know plenty of top players that I watch from time to time that will still say stuff like, oh, I'm still struggling with doing reactor or ice or grass or whatever it is. You don't think there's more than 150 players that can do modern ice wiggles? And I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. I can tell you for a fact that I cannot do current ice wiggles, but I also haven't practiced it. Mostly because for me at this time, just ice sliding properly is still not easy. So I'm focusing on that instead, learning the base essentially. And even if you ask those 150 players that can do modern ice wiggles, can every single one of these ice players do a good zoop? Maybe 10 of them can. Like, this is the thing with Trackmania. You can be great at one style, or you can be good overall, but there's no way every single one of the top level Trackmania players are gonna be amazing at every single style in the game and every single trick in the game, which is one of the things that I feel is good about this game. Oh, dang. That was kind of the zoop, actually. I kind of got it there. That was really close. This is what I mean like, when I say I know, like I kind of understand how to do it. The issue is doing it consistently. And right there, I kind of see what I need to do, but I don't have all of the intricate details to, well, I don't know all the intricate details to make sure it happens properly. So I can sometimes get it done decently and just then fail the rest. Oh, okay, I'm getting a little bit of a weird one. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's kind of a weirdly low one. Oh, that could have been close too. But hey, if you need to go to bed, I understand that it's going to be late for Europeans, so that's not an issue at all. I'm probably not going to go for much longer anyways, so don't worry about it. I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can recreate that zoop there, because that definitely seems like I was right on what you need to do for it. At least it looks that way. Oh god, no, that's not it. I'm always happy that when my understanding of a map is accurate or close to accurate. Okay, that might be a good angle for that zoom. Oh no, I messed it up. And there's no way I'm getting a good plastic bounce now. Alright, not too bad. Oh, that might actually... I needed to hit a different spot to get a good jump. Well, a good plastic bounce, maybe, but... Ooh, that's wrong. I mean, maybe a decent bounce? No. I'm a little off. Yeah, that... That's a decent lineup. Oh, I messed it up, sadly. No, that's not making that platform. Yeah, that's kind of off. Yeah, there's no way I lost control completely on that one. Now I need a little bit more height than that. So I think I need to allow for the car to gain a tiny bit of height, but not too much. I think that's one of my issues. I'm trying to get it to go nose down a little bit too early. And then I messed that one up. I might be trying to get too much of the cone shape. Oh, well, that's not a bad bounce. I should have released a bit more though. Does that make it? It does. Yeah, I'm trying to get too much height because I know that I need to zoop and get a little bit of height, but whenever I fail the zoop, I end up in trouble. Oh wow, I lost all my speed on that. That's interesting. Okay. That's not a good... Nope, that's not a good reactor flight. I mean, I might make it... No. You don't want to make it all the way, actually. Okay, this... No, didn't work. Okay, is that a good lineup? That might be... Oh, I should have released a little bit. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Hope the wait wasn't long. No, it definitely wasn't. Although I don't know for how much longer I'm gonna be playing. I kind of have a bit of a headache, so I might end it very soon. Yeah, it should. I get headaches kind of all the time, so I kind of have to deal with it. Generally, it comes from high strain, so that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to look into ending kind of soon, because obviously if it's one of those high strain headaches, then just resting my eyes would help a lot more than just taking pain medication and stuff like that. Yeah, a bit of water and some rest is definitely probably what I will be doing very soon. Not, that was not a terrible bounce, but I missed the zoop again. I'm definitely gonna want to try this map a little bit more on my own time. I feel like I kind of figured out where the zoop needs to happen. I just... my knowledge of zoops is not good enough to consistently do it. And I don't have it practiced. So that's definitely one of those things that I should eventually learn. But I feel like this is a good map for me to practice, not just Zoops, but practice Reactor in general, because it's actually not a bad one. The setup for it is kind of weird, but once you have a decent setup, it's actually working pretty... it's pretty consistent. And that's one of the things that I focus... well, that I struggle with, getting consistent setups on maps and stuff like that if I make it on my own. So getting a map that does have a consistent setup means I could practice a bit more. Okay, so this time I got really low. That's interesting. That one was very interesting. That almost was good too. Okay. Getting a good plastic bounce might also be a good way to get a decent time, but it's definitely not easy. Oh, maybe that's good. Well, that's an improvement. I wouldn't say that was a good improvement, but that's an improvement. Definitely felt more like luck, but honestly, I feel like I was also looking for my luck in the right place, so I don't mind that one. Yes, I am from Quebec, yeah. Which is one of the reasons why my English sometimes suffers a little bit. Oh, wait. Oh, that could have been decent. You were hearing some French, but you didn't know how to point it out. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have some of the French accent, and I sometimes struggle to find my own words. And it's not because my English is bad, it's just because when it comes down to speaking, it's a bit harder for me to get my sentence going. That, and there's also the fact that I also have this issue in French sometimes as well, so it's not just English being an issue. Alright, I think I'm gonna be ending it here for today. I'm actually happy to end on a positive note of getting a new personal best, rather than spending a bunch more time grinding for maybe an improvement. I always like to end on a positive note whenever I can. So interestingly enough, none of the people that I normally enjoy that do Trackmania are on. So I might just stream onto one of my usual either friends or the creators that I enjoy watching. You know what? I feel like I've been wanting to raid into Lime Malicious for a while. I might just send it over there. But hey, I was happy to have some people coming around today, and I always really appreciate when people come around, so it was really nice for me to have somebody to speak to today. Thank you for coming, everybody. And I wish you all a good rest of your days. And we're gonna be raiding into Lime Malicious because she's an awesome creator. And I understand that this is not Trackmania, but she's a really cool girl, so I hope that everybody gets to enjoy her a little bit as well. Alright, bye bye.